And welcome to the CTN Sports Game of the Week. We're back here at the greenhouse for Huron Pioneer, and I'm joined with my player of the game from last week. I should explain, we had some technical difficulties, but now, Mackenzie, you get to play analyst. Tell me a little bit about the game coming up against Pioneer. What do you expect?
I expect it to be a good game. It's always a good rival game between Huron and Pioneer. Us as a team, we're focusing on defense, playing hard as a team, and just coming out strong.
That's a perfect game plan. Let's see if we can execute that. We're looking for that, and we're looking for you guys to have a strong match and not have any kind of technical difficulties by our CTN crew. But one last thing, what about Pioneer? What have you heard about them? You've played them before. They've won their last 2 games. What has your coach prepared you for today?
Our big focus is our shooters. We need to focus on them, not double teaming down on their posts and staying out on the wings and really getting out to close out on them.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to come up with the game in just a couple moments. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And welcome back to our CTN Sports Game of the Week. I'm Kevin Bryan, and it's my pleasure to welcome in the man that's going to be doing that play-by-play, Pete Poyer. Good evening, Pete.
Good evening, Kevin. How are you this evening?
Outstanding, my friend.
Looking forward to a good game of basketball here. Pioneer visiting the Huron River Rats. And Huron wins the opening tip. That's tipped to Jaden Smith. You know, we've been watching these twin girls here for quite a while now. They're a senior now in their final year here, Jaden and Sienna Smith.
Yeah, and Pete, they play a lot of different sports, and they're going to be well missed after they graduate. But for Coach Hunter tonight, he's going to want to see them all over the court as we have seen them over the past 4 years.
Well, Huron with an air ball to start the game. Pioneer back down the other way, trying to set up their offense for the first time. Trying to find it down low, and they get it down low. Alexis Clark with the opening bucket. They draw first blood. Pioneer up 2-0. And down from 3. That's off the back of the rim, no good. Alexa Lyon with that shot. Offensive rebound by the River Rats. Rhea Patel driving the lane, loses it in her legs, tied up on the floor. Alternating possession is going to favor the Pioneers on this opening quarter.
And that was Lauren DeWolf right there getting her hands in the area of Patel, distributing that ball and getting that steal. She comes in averaging the leading point scorer for Coach Hicks' squad. 14 points a game, Pete, 4 rebounds, and that was her specialty. She'll guard the best player on the other team as well, only a sophomore, and deadly from behind the arc.
Well, Patel was trying to drive the lane, and Pioneer just shut the lane down and collapsed on her, and she gave up the ball.
You know, Pete, this is the first time in a while that we're not seeing Asaria Thurman down low for the Pioneers. It seems like for the last decade, when we're doing women's games for Pioneer. She's the cog that gets it going for Coach Hicks.
Brooklyn Cooper hits the jumper for Pioneer, and they're up 4-0. Back down the other floor, on the other end of the floor. Huron quickly with the layup. Cassie Spicek.
Candy Ba is great down low. She keeps that ball up high, and right when she gets it, she goes right back to the rim.
And the whistle. Maybe an offensive foul on Pioneer.
Actually, it looks like they called a travel on this one. We'll see the replay first from Ba with it. Like I said, she gets the ball and goes straight up to the rim. And that last one, we would have to check on that one, because if the Wolf picked up a foul on that one, that would be, something that Coach Hicks definitely doesn't want to have his best player catching weak foul calls early in the game.
Turnover by the River Rats. Pioneer back down the floor. And from 3 in the corner, and rattles it home. Maya Hicks.
Nice shot there by Hicks. She got a good pass in a shooting motion.
Well, another thing I was looking at before the game. Oh, look at the replay there. There's the three-pointer from Hicks. Just a sophomore.
They're loaded with sophomores, for this Pioneer squad. They did lose some seniors last year. Their better days are ahead of them. It's kind of like what the Huron boys were like last year when we were watching them. There are all these freshmen and sophomores out there. That's exactly what Tyrone Hicks is dealing with. But I tell you, Pete, after we see Rhea Patel with that layup there, Coach Hicks actually coaches the AAU. Common Bond, so he has a lot of his players he coaches year-round.
Well, Pioneer with it on offense. Pioneer ladies standing around a little bit. Not enough movement. There's a shot from the corner off the front of the rim, no good. Chased down by Jaden Smith. Now a three-pointer from the far corner, and nothing but net for Sienna Smith. That was pure.
Pete, before the game, we were watching the warm-ups that were going on, and we were watching the Huron side, and they were just dropping trays from around the arc, and Smith here, good pass, and she didn't even touch any of that rack. Actually, we had to have some stoppage play right now. The ref is down there trying to get the nets unhinged.
We're knotted at 7, 3:56 to go here in quarter number 1.
I think that ref was just trying to get some FaceTime. He yelled at us. He was just missing a bunny.
I think he was about to throw you out of the game, Kevin. Oh, Pioneer will turn it over. It'll be here on River Rat ball.
And another sophomore coming in, first substitution for the Pioneers, Felicia Stewart. And she's a scorer. She gets about 7 points a game. Will give some quality minutes on the defensive end as well, too, for Coach Hicks.
There's a shot by Alexa Lyon that was no good, but she drew the foul. And we'll head to the free throw line for 2 shots.
And we see that same last name of the coach and then Maya Hicks. I wonder, is there a connection there, Pete?
Very possible. It's quite common in high school ranks these days.
Yeah, coach your daughter sometimes, but you see that great screen by one of the Smith sisters for another Smith sister there in the lane, and you saw how Pioneer kind of went right through that screen and got caught with the foul.
Alliance splits the pair of free throws, giving Pioneer the 1-point advantage.
Huron with
Pioneer
some strong
looking
man-to-man
for an opening
D.
in that Huron defense. Nearly stolen away. There's a wild shot, no good, but rebounded by Patel down low. Stolen away from her. Pioneer can't get the ball in the bucket. Now they do. Felicia Stewart with the layup for Pioneer.
Yeah, the Huron team kind of left Patel back there by herself. She usually can bring the ball up court by herself, but too much Pioneer defense caused that turnover.
Well, Huron takes back the lead on that last bucket. Well, nice back and forth action here early in this contest.
Pete, these are the top two teams in the SCC Red. They're going to be battling it back and forth. I wouldn't be surprised if we go down to the last possession in a game like this.
Looking forward to that. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Huron with the 10-9 lead. Pioneer trying to do something about that.
And their offense doesn't seem to be moving too well right now.
So it looks like the Pioneer girls are having a tendency to kind of stand around a little bit.
Well, they came out with great energy to open up this first quarter. It seems like now the Huron defense is making their offensive end very challenging.
Now still working around the perimeter. Now a jumper off the backboard. Offensive rebound, put back, and good by Lauren DeWolf. Now Patel quickly back down the floor. She gets stopped, has to take it back out top. Now Sienna Smith with it.
You know, Pete, both sides of the court, you're seeing some great defense, team defense. Not a lot of openings for easy shots.
Well, just like that last play, Sienna tried to drop it to sister Jaden, which she did, and then it was stripped away from her by the Pioneer defense.
And same thing with DeWolf coming into the lane, and Smith takes it back from her. This is where, oh, the transition, great defense.
Clark down the floor, can't hit the short jumper in the paint.
Neither team can take a breather right now, and you can see a little bit of mental fatigue. No kind of, physical fatigue, but you can look at the girls' eyes out there on the court, and they're counting down to this, final seconds of this first quarter for a breather.
15 seconds to go here in quarter number one. Patel heaving out top, waiting for the last shot. Now she'll drive it, try to hand it off, but she loses it. Pioneer takes it quickly back down the floor. And Jaden Smith with the foul. That is on Felicia Stewart with just 3.5 seconds to go.
Yeah, Stewart came in off the bench, the first substitute, and has really made a difference. Caused a steal, got a quick rebound, and then right here just taking it all the way strong to the hole before Smith comes in with that foul.
Well, and she did her job. She's going to make Stewart earn it at the line.
Earn it.
Stewart hits the front end. Second free throw on the way, and that is off the rim, no good. But Patel with a half-court throw, and that is short. And we end quarter number one with the visiting Pioneers leading by 2 over the home Huron River Rats. We're going to take a quick break and be back with quarter number 2 right here on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Uh-oh, you've just discovered that you are a senior citizen. What do you do now? Well, one thing you can do is watch Senior Moments. You'll be encouraged as you learn about activities, meet interesting people, and discover that there really is a lot for you to do. The show also provides information about health, finances, and entertainment. So don't miss Senior Moments to make your senior life better than ever.
Recycling can be very confusing, and we understand that. So there's a few things that folks can do that'll help make sure quality materials are making it into the processing lines. It's very important that anything that had food or beverage in it is empty, clean, and it's dry. Always avoid bagging recyclables. Always put them loose inside your cart. The plastic bags that are at the processing facility can really damage equipment and hurt workers. Make sure to avoid anything like electric cables, cords, Christmas lights, leashes. all the things that might wrap around the very fast spinning equipment. It's also really important to not put anything hazardous inside of that cart, like a propane tank or any kind of batteries that could catch fire.
And we're back with quarter number 2 on CTN Sports Game of the Week. Huron will start possession in this second quarter, down 2 to the visiting Pioneers.
Pete, we were just talking about the defensive pressure both teams, and you can see right there out there on the court how Pioneers communicating with one another and talking each other over those screens that Huron is setting, and it leads to this, a steal.
Well, they are really coming out and challenging the ball on defense.
We said to Wolf at this game, she fills up a stat sheet, and playing defense is one of her calling cards.
Well, DeWolf will drive the lane, throws it up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Sienna Smith and tied up.
I tell you, Stewart's been making a difference off the bench right there, again, tying up the Huron defender. When you rebound that ball, they always tell you what, Pete? Keep it up high, right? That way the defender's down low, don't tie you up.
But those are the little things that make a difference in a game. Doing the dirty work, as they say.
Oh, the attention to detail, especially when you're really playing against a team that's well matched against your skill set.
Stewart shot off the side of the backboard, out of bounds. They'll stay with Pioneer.
We had a real clean first quarter, only 1 foul both sides, so neither team is in real foul trouble.
Well, and as stiff a defense as both teams are playing, you'd expect a couple more fouls, but they're playing hard and playing clean.
And the refs have adjusted to quality squads as well, not calling any kind of tic-tac calls or, touch fouls. They're allowing both squads to show why they are good. Let them play.
Giveaway there, right back to Pioneer.
Oh. Coach Hunter has to be smarting all these turnovers in his backcourt, giving extra possessions to the Pioneers.
Another turnover. And Huron will try to bring it up the floor quickly. A shot in the lane off the back of the rim, no good. Offensive boarded by Huron. There's a shot by Patel. That one was off the back of the rim, no good.
Somebody tried to throw you a pass, Pete. You are open, too. I saw you. You were on the break.
Although I was not ready for the pass.
But you would have did something with it if it would have gotten your hands. I've seen that tricky lefty.
Yeah, but I would have had to bring my hands up and probably would have just hit me in the mush.
Okay. Well, can we set a replay of it? Yep. I could see you jumped up at it. You looked down at the ball. Great concentration. Man, that's solid form.
Hey, Kevin, check's in the mail. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Look at Cooper right up in the grill of Stewart.
Stewart driving the lane.
Wow, that's an interesting call, right? Looked like a little bit of contact there, and Stewart was going right to the line. She is puzzled that this wasn't called on. Is it Cooper coming in? Oh, man.
The carry there, maybe?
They called the travel before the foul is what they said, and it kind of looked like on that replay that Stewart's back foot did drag a little.
Jaden Smith with it for Huron. She'll drive the lane through 2 defenders and off the glass and good. That's the kind of quality basketball we've really come to be accustomed to with these 2 Smith sisters.
Yeah, sometimes you got to look down, not just because they're twins, but hey, which number and person that they play so solid.
That's a jumper good by Pioneer.
Patel does not allow you to sit back. She gets the ball and pushes it each time.
Jaden with another drive and another layup.
She's heating up. She's heating up. You remember NBA Jams, right? One more, she's on fire.
The drive by Pioneer off the rim, no good. Picked up by Huron. Down the floor comes Brooklyn Cooper. There's a shot. That's no good. Rebounded by Pioneer.
And again, these
Shanti
officials are
Turman with the board.
They're letting them play.
Now back comes Pioneer. And there's a shot by Lauren DeWolf that'll go through the hoop.
I think they're going to slow the action down because Cooper came down. They're not going to ask her to come out of the game because she's grabbing her head. Maybe she kind of hit her head on the fall here. Let's take a look on first. DeWolf with that nice little almost Euro step through there with the left-handed layup. She is left-handed. And then
I knew I liked her for a reason.
Yeah, well, you do are a little bit partial
To the southpaws.
to those other folks. Good pass in the paint.
Shot off the glass and good. Alexa Lyon with the shot.
You know, Alexa Lyon is big. She's 5'11", senior. I'd like to see her more involved on the offensive end in that paint area, Pete.
Keep it on the out-of-bounds play. Look at this dish.
Yeah, headsy play there by McKenzie coming in the lane and dropping the pass. We saw her in the pregame.
You don't dare to pronounce her last name, huh?
No, she's double M. She told me that in the pregame, too. She said, Kevin, don't mess with my last name. I'm double M, or McKenzie. I listen to the folks out there with the, I listen to them.
The folks that know.
Yeah, they know. Wow, see, again, a lot of contact. You would think that would have been a foul coming from the backside on Smith. DeWolf took a real hard fall
Cooper
there on her
can't believe
elbow.
the foul's on her after DeWolf hit the floor, getting up a little bit slowly. She looked like a little bit out of control there, and I can kind of see why Cooper might feel that foul is unwarranted because she was really out of control.
Well, the feet got tangled there, and it really wasn't any contact from the hip area up. It kind of was the feet that caused that, and, the aggressive play by didn't want to talk during the free throw there for DeWolf, but her aggressive play and driving to the rim, that's what you put the official in a position to make the call.
DeWolf hits the pair of free throws, gives Pioneer a 2-point advantage. 3:25 to play here in quarter number 2.
I tell you, Pete, this game is just moving and moving and moving. It's like we got a running clock.
Jaden Smith with the 3, that's off the rim. Picked up by Turman. DeWolf handles. Hands it over to Clark.
They got to get her back down into the paint.
Well, Bogan's got it. Now back across
That's
the
where
floor
she needs
into
to be.
the lane. Clark with the turnaround. No good. They fight for the rebound.
So you have the biggest player out there on the court, Alexis Clark, fighting against the smallest person out on the court, Brooklyn Cooper at 5'5". Size doesn't matter
What's that,
for Cooper. She's getting
doesn't
in there.
matter about the size of the dog, but
No.
the size of the fight in the dog.
Dog in the fight?
Right.
There it is. That's why we're a team.
We stumble over, but we'll get it
We'll get there.
eventually.
Actually, it's an interactive broadcast. We want people to be listening so intently. Like, wait a minute, that didn't sound right.
No, they're not saying that. They're saying it sounded perfect.
It sounded
Even though
well.
we were stumbling over each other.
Yes. Even out of bounds plays, let's see, Pioneer is not going out of this strong man-to-man defense. We were expecting them to play a little bit of zone defense, maybe even some trapping defense. Right now, this man is keeping them in the game, so I understand where Coach Hicks is coming from.
Mackenzie M with the shot. Misses everything, but Riverettes corral the rebound. There she goes again from 3, and that is nothing but net.
Oh, that was good on the pass. I mean, right.
Misajewski.
But you didn't put that F in there. Yeah, Misajewski. You got to put the F in there at the end. Or you say double M.
Yeah, okay.
On the tree.
On fuego. That gives Huron the 1 point
little double
advantage.
in there.
There is a nice shot by Alexis Clark, but she is not going to get the call.
Oh, another angle from that 3. It's a great pass by Cooper.
Just nothing but net.
And that's what we saw at that pregame warm-up when all the Huron girls are shooting around the arc.
All of them are doing it.
Oh, and see, that's what you get after you hit one. You give them the old head and shoulders fakes and go right by the defender.
In and out, no good. That ball wanted to go through the hoop, it just couldn't allow itself to. Oh, Pioneer trying to retake the lead.
Boy, look at Stewart go.
Now we have another whistle, blocking foul. That's on McKenzie. M&M, double M.
Double M.
Picks up that foul. 1:17 to go till halftime.
And again, not foul trouble for either squad. Only 1 foul for the Pioneers in this first half. And playing outstanding defense.
Well, I've got a little tidbit for you, but I don't want to spoil it until halftime.
Okay.
I don't want to. Let me say I don't want to jinx
it. That's a good
it
tease.
halftime.
That was just a good tease. Well, they're doing this high screen and roll, and this is the side that DeWolf can really put it in gear because she can go right around with that left hand.
Or she can hit a driving Clark coming off this pick and roll. There it is, picked off. Cooper with it for Huron, back down the floor. Out to double M for 3, and she hits it. Under a minute to play until halftime. Huron with a late surge, taking a 4-point advantage.
Well, I mean, it was great heady play by, again, Cooper, knowing how she drew the defense to her, 2 players, that she had an open player out there on the wing.
Right.
Great setup.
Got to hit those open trailers, and the trailers got to hit that open 3. And
yeah,
you
don't mess up my assist.
Under 15 seconds to play. Pioneer will hold it for the final attempt. And that was just an unforced error there, Kevin. Now Huron with the opportunity to get some more points before the end of halftime. 8.4 at start of play.
There it is.
Now Cooper to double M. Now to Jaden Cooper for 3, and it's good at the buzzer. Jaden Cooper hits the 3, and Huron takes a 7-point advantage into halftime. What a shot.
Look at that smile. That's priceless.
Well, hopefully, the way the first half played out, hopefully we get some of the same type of competition in the second half. We're going to take a break here at halftime, Kevin.
Oh, go get some popcorn right now. Go get some more popcorn.
Don't go away. We've got second half action coming up after this break here on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Welcome to the Green Room, where we explore the environmental issues that green up our world.
Watch Green Room to learn about the environment.
We see the rain and snow fall in Ann Arbor, but where does it go once it reaches the ground? Largely unseen, a vast and complex system directs this stormwater off roads and away from buildings. From streets and other impervious surfaces, water is directed by more than 783 miles of roadway curbs and gutters into more than 23,000 stormwater inlets and catch basins. From there, It goes through over 541 miles of pipes, ditches, and streams into the Huron River. Nearly 55,000 city-managed trees soak up 65 million gallons of stormwater from the ground each year, cleaning it and giving the ground the ability to absorb more. In addition, 70 city-owned rain gardens and counting help water percolate directly into the soil, where it is rinsed of contaminants and deposited back into the earth. All of this is managed by a team of 25 professionals working together in the field and in the office. This system protects Ann Arbor homes and businesses from flooding, while also reducing the impacts of urban runoff to our environment. Managing it takes proper planning, adequate resources, and good old hard work. It also means being stormwater smart. We have to be smart because climate change is altering the way storms behave. New storms, driven by higher temperatures, will be far stronger and drop more rain over shorter periods than in years past. Our system wasn't designed to handle these deluges because it was built, at least most of it, many decades ago when precipitation came gradually. In some cases, Ann Arbor has stormwater pipes dating back to the turn of the 19th century. 21% of the system was constructed between 1900 and 1949, 53% between 1950 and 1979. Thanks to planning and foresight, Ann Arbor has given itself a way to fund critical upgrades and improvements to the system. Ann Arbor's stormwater utility, one of the few in Michigan, which is a separate part of water bills, helps pay for new and upgraded pipes, inlets, and basins to keep the system working. It also pays for the data analysis, studies, and staff to figure out what is and isn't working, as well as create a plan for the future. Bringing together people, resources, technology, Ann Arbor will stay stormwater smart for many years to come.
Catch up on FYI and other CTN programs at a2gov.org/watchctn.
CTN is Ann Arbor's PEG station, which stands for Public, Education, and Government. With 4 channels, CTN provides multimedia resources and programming to serve the Ann Arbor area and beyond. In addition to broadcasting and live streaming locally produced programming, CTN is dedicated to training the public on a variety of media production equipment and techniques. From event coverage
Gonna give 110%
to local news
I'm Dana Denton, and you're watching FYI.
to programming produced by the public,
This ain't no con made up by matchstick men.
CTN is your place for everything Ann Arbor and more. CTN. Connect, create, communicate.
And welcome back to CTN Sports Game of the Week. Hope you enjoyed the first half because we got the second half coming up right here shortly.
Oh, if you didn't enjoy the first half, you need to go check your blood pressure. That was a barn burner, back and forth action. But, you know, we only had 1 foul for the Pioneers, only had 4 fouls for the Rats. Just nonstop action, Pete, back and forth. And, you know, look at this. We don't even have the officials ready. The teams are ready to go. The officials aren't even ready yet. I mean, that was some great action, Pete.
And my teaser tidbit?
Yeah, you did. You said something, you noticed something in the first half from one of the benches.
Neither team called a timeout in the entire first half.
Wow.
That's how good the competition was, how close it was, how back and forth it was. Neither coach felt it necessary to call a timeout.
Yeah, I think these two teams, from what I saw in the first half, they're totally even matched. The game clock is indicative of the play. It's one possession here or there.
Well, and aside from that little spurt by Huron at the end of the first half, rather, that's how they got their lead. It was within 2 points or 1 point, back and forth either way, the entire first half.
Well, and you see Hicks right there going glass to open up the second half. And
for three.
For a three-pointer, and there was some kind of injury. We had to have a timeout. Ba just ran off the court. Not sure what happened, and you can see this three from up at the top of the key. That was a deep one off of the glass.
Did you
from
see her
Hicks.
call glass?
I think she did look over to you. We were talking, and she said glass.
Okay.
But
good.
Look at what just happened, Pete. You jinxed them. We got our first time out of the game.
It took the entire first half and 30 seconds of the second half to get one.
Well, you know that these coaches are really going to break down this second half because of the play. For Pioneer, they're going to have to get that ball back down inside to Clark. You know, she's been basically unstoppable from that 5 feet in, and she is doing a great job of giving a posting up and keeping the Huron defender behind her. They got to feed that ball inside if I'm the Pioneers. And for the Rats, they ended that first half the way I thought we'd see a lot. 3-point shooting.
No, Patel has it. Hands it off to one of the Smith sisters. Looks like that was Jaden.
You see Jaden with the basketball elbow? Let me get a little bit of space here. That was sweet how she created space with her elbow. You'll never get called with that, and put up that nice little 12-foot floater.
Oh, Pioneer turnaround in the lane, in and out. No good. Just rolls off the rim for Felicia Stewart.
Watch the chicken arm. You see that chicken arm? You can barely see it. It was real quick. Just stick it out there and get you a little bit of space for your shot.
Now Stewart down the lane, back the other way after Patel's three-pointer miss. She gets it and pulls the Pioneers to within 4. No ball on the end line. That's going to go back to the Pioneers on the turnover.
Way to attack the basket and keep the defender on your opposite side by going to the opposite side of the rim. Good job there.
Well, I don't think she was satisfied with the previous drive where it was in and out, no good. Came back on the next possession, took it to the hoop.
And she put it at a better angle off the glass. Again, you see the fundamentally sound defense, hands up, nobody reaching in. I mean, this is the way you play defense, and it's making it tough to get it down inside.
Clark had to kick it out. Now a jumper from Clark is good.
Yeah, Clark is only a sophomore. Man, is she talented.
There's a jumper from out top, and that's good. Alexa Lyon with the jumper. 5-point lead for Huron.
And this is what I was hoping to see from the Rats, a little bit more exploitation behind that three-point line, Pete.
Well, Pioneer's going to give them that line. They should take it.
They're not going to give it to them. They keep dropping them. A lot of contact, no foul.
Now quickly back down the floor from 3. Oh, that's just in and out, no good for Huron. Back come the Pioneers down the floor. There's a kick out, a whistle, and a foul on Huron.
Jaden Smith trying to deflect this pass, and she gets caught right on the wrist. You can see a lot of contact there. But if I am Coach Hicks, I want that ball back down into Clark. She's making things happen when she gets her hands on the ball, positive things.
Well, and you could see that there's some chemistry between Lauren DeWolf and Alexis Clark on the pick and roll. You can kind of see there's that It could be driven. You could do a bunch of different things off that pick and roll.
Well, again, they play with each other on that common bond team for Coach Hicks. So this isn't their first rodeo. They've played together. They kind of give that eyeball look of, yeah, set this screen.
The sign of two people that have played together quite a while.
Great continuity, and they're so young. You know, if I'm a lion for the Rats, I probably want to kind of show sometimes, trying to get in front of Clark as opposed to just staying behind her. Clark is backing her into the paint so low that once she gets the ball, Lion is not in any kind of position to slow her down. That's what I'm talking about. Good job of getting in front and hedging. You have a different look on defense.
I say the Huron defense rotates exceptionally well.
And you're going to have to live with that kind of shot if you're the Rats, because, I mean, if she's going to step out like that, Clark, I mean, she's the leading scorer tonight for the Pioneers, you're going to have to give up something.
That's a three from the corner. Skips across the rim, no good. Patel with the rebound. Her putback is no good.
Good job by Clark on the defense.
DeWolf picks it up. Down the floor she goes. Trying to look for an opening, finds it. And that one can't fall. Gets her own rebound back, and she puts it back, and it's good.
Shooter always knows where their ball is going to bounce. You know, DeWolf was the first one to pick up her rebound and the putback.
The shot from outside by Huron. No good. Here comes Pioneer again, trying to take back the lead. After being down 8 at halftime, they lose it. Patel back down the floor, and her layup is good.
Oh, that left hand was sweet there from Rhea Patel. Nice layup. Man, this is an outstanding game, Pete.
Full timeout called. Pioneer will take that timeout. They got to within one, but sloppy pass there by DeWolf.
You know, and
Patel took it back down the floor.
I bet that's where their timeout came from. You know, that pass just did not seem like it had any kind of
telegraphed.
Yeah, it was
lazy.
Well,
Lose
yeah,
your own
sometimes
cliche.
you can catch your defender off guard. Yeah. That time, the Rats were just waiting for that.
Well, you might have been able to catch
her
off guard, but the pass wasn't fast enough.
No.
It was too slow. If she'd have thrown a bullet, then it would have gotten past the defender.
Well, I can't recall a time where DeWolf has had a break. And you know, this second half has been going and going back and forth, and I think that may have been one of those mentally fatigued passes.
Make sure you check out all our social media, especially YouTube. We're in high definition.
And those notifications. I always ask people, when you're watching us out there,
follow us on Twitter.
Hit that subscribe button.
Get on Facebook.
Hit a like button. Oh, and you can always follow Pete Poirier at Pete Poirier.
Or KB Sports Guy.
You can follow us both. Just don't tell us that we mispronounced somebody's name.
Well, it's just one thing that's one of my pet peeves, Brian and Kevin, is mispronouncing a name.
Yeah. Kevin Brandt here.
I almost called you Brian. Wait a minute. That's just not. No, it's Kevin. That's right. Yeah.
No worries, Pete.
Let me tell you, Kevin, getting old sucks.
Great job for Cooper jumping in there, taking that charge. Smallest person on the floor, but again, you already said it. That heart is large.
2.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. It's an errant pass, but tracked down by Patel.
Handles.
She'll take the shot, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Pioneer. I think we'll bring it down the floor.
What a move. Good
nice move there.
And
into
passing.
the corner for 3, and off the front of the rim, no good. Now down low, that's a wild shot off the
Pioneers
glass.
are faster to those loose balls, it seems like, Pete. I don't know if it's some tired legs for the Rats, but each time it goes up on the rim, it seems like second chance opportunities for the Pioneers. Stewart just a little bit too aggressive there. They didn't Do they call that a foul or they call that traveling?
I did not see.
Yeah, I think they called that a traveling. It looked like a lot of contact, though.
Pioneer with a chance to bring it to within 1 or tie it with a 3. Down the lane, off the glass, and good.
We know.
Brian Bogan with the bucket.
Watch this little move. Jab, step, and go.
I think we'll call her Bree. Bree Bogan. I like that.
Good
I
name.
don't have to guess on the first name. And I think I heard Coach Hicks call her Bree. So we'll go with that. The shot from way out top, off the rim, no good.
Oh, great box out there. Clark is doing it all for Coach Hicks.
There's another shot from Bogan. Offensive boarded by Clark. You know, and Clark has the one thing, as a sophomore, you can't teach.
What's that?
Size. Height.
Yeah.
As a sophomore, which means we get to watch her for 2 more years after this, Kevin, and watch her really develop. And she's already got game.
Well, and you saw in that replay, she got away with a little push off there on double M. But when you're playing big, officials allow you to get away because, you know, she's not going out of her way to push people out of the way. That was just a little kind push of, hey, this is my paint.
It's like Turman last year.
And now
she created space, and man,
4-year starter.
She made the
Ashanti's on this team, her sister. Oh, she definitely. She owned the paint.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw Asari? You said you saw her?
No, I said her sister is on this team.
Right,
we haven't
correct.
seen her yet. Ashanti Turman.
Three-pointer on the way, no good from Jaden Smith. Boarded by Pioneer. Board by Kayla Rollins there. Jaden Smith.
Stewart's got to have to attack the basket when your defender falls down like that. Come on.
Well, DeWolf with it.
And you see what they're doing right now. They're moving the ball around because they're getting a break with Clark not being in. They don't have that person they can just drop the ball down to and work their offense through.
Three-pointer on the way from DeWolf is off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Sienna Smith. To sister Jaden, back out top to double M. An errant pass there by Jaden Smith, out of bounds, turnover in favor of the Pioneers.
Yeah, and I think Jaden, she knows that she should have shot that ball. She's in the paint 5 feet away from the basket, and she's driving into the lane here. She had Stewart on her hip. You need to continue going to the rack with that one.
She had an open lane, too. 3.8 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Knotted at 32. A long shot from DeWolf, and that pass is errant as the third quarter comes to an end. Oh, Pioneer down 7 coming into this quarter. They got crawled back and tied it up at the end of the quarter. We'll be back with more action right here on City TV Sports. Game of the week.
autism is real! Palestinian politics! Miss Washington! Beast forehead people! Demonic devices! Diverse viewpoints! Dynamic personalities! 30 minutes! Contact CTN to schedule your show on Access Ann Arbor! And I'm talking to you, buddy!
And we're back with the fourth and final quarter. And would you expect anything less, Kevin?
No.
Tie game going into the fourth.
This one has been a classic. I mean, before the end.
It was hard to see, but Pioneer outscored Huron by 7 in that quarter.
You know, you couldn't really tell. Again, both teams are playing clean. We only got 2 fouls on each side. We haven't seen any foul shots, really. We've seen one, I think, from a drive to the paint, but
his jumper. And you know what? Huron is following your advice there, Kevin, but the shots are not dropping like they were in pregame.
You know, and that end of the first half when they caught fire, hit 3 in a row. Yeah, I think sometimes you fall in love with that jump shot a little bit too much, and right now we're seeing that from the Rats.
Oh, Rats down low, off the glass and good.
Candy Ba.
Nice shot.
But you said it, Pete. The drive to the basket and kick. Find the open person.
Pioneer nearly losing possession there.
This game's going to be won on the defensive end. Whichever team digs themselves in and not allow extra possessions from rebounds.
There's a shot from 3 off the front of the rim.
You can see how Cooper's coming in, and good job of a drive and kick to the open bob for the layup.
There's a shot from outside. That misses everything out of bounds. It'll go back Pioneer way. And maybe these two teams are getting a little tired from all the defense.
Yeah, you're going to probably see a little bit more timeouts here. Both coaches can use those breaks to put fresh legs back out on the court. But the Rats, even though they're open from a 3, sometimes you're not supposed to shoot the 3. And that was an indication right there from Cooper.
Oh, a little bit of press here from Huron.
First time we've seen some press out of the Rats.
All right, a 3-quarter court.
Coach Hunter.
That ball was kicked by Sienna Smith.
And they don't mind that because the ball be inbounded in the back court. So you're still on a 10. There, they got it over. You're still on a 10-second count.
Another shot from Maya Hicks, and that one is good. Ties it up at 34. Now Sienna with the hook shot.
Man.
No good. Rebounded.
It looked like Xavier Simpson out there. Nice little hook shot.
Yeah. Same type of shot.
You're going to have to step out.
With a nice jumper.
You're going to step out on that shot. She was just walking into it.
.6:29 to play in the game. Now Sienna Smith for 3. That's off the rim, no good. Offensive boarded by Huron. Quick shot, another hook off the glass, no good, and a tie-up. This is going to go Pioneer way.
Had all of that offense in the first half, and you kind of see the scrum for the rebound there. And now defense takes over in the winning time.
Nice job by Pioneer getting it down the floor. Tried to get it to a cutting Alexis Clark going down the paint. That was off a River Rat player.
Alexis Clark and Lauren DeWolf, I know there's a lot more players on this Pioneer squad that have had outstanding games, but they're a great 1-2 punch, Pete, outside and inside.
Oh, Clark to DeWolf this time. That one rolls off the rim, no good. Ba will rebound it. Back come the River Rats. Sienna Smith with the floater in the lane, and that'll go through the hoop. Nothing but net. And Huron retakes the lead by 2, 36-34.
If you're Pioneer, you got to stop that ball. You can't allow Smith to get right into the teeth of the defense. Good backdoor cut.
Stewart gets her own rebound, misses it, both of them. Jaden Smith with the rebound.
Those turnovers in the backcourt is what plagued Huron to start the game, and now that's coming back to haunt them.
A nice job on defense by Felicia Stewart there to tie it up.
You never give up on the play. Gotta love her energy.
Huron will keep possession on the alternating possessions. Now Sienna down the lane once again, and another floater is in the hoop.
Sienna Smith really pacing the Rats right now. 2 buckets in a row, Pete.
You saw her hit that buzzer beater at the end of the first half for 3. It's just, you can always tell when talented players kind of say, you know what, I'm going to
take over,
impose my will on this game.
Well, especially in your own gym. You know, this is when you have these cross-town rivalry games. You definitely want to protect your house. You know, both coaches are really in Stewart's ear on the bench over there. And now Coach Hicks calls a timeout to get into the other Pioneers' ear. He did not like the way that possession was playing out. And we talked about it, Pete. Timeouts aren't going to be taken back into the locker room after this when these two teams are going back and forth. You need to use them.
Well, I think what you saw there was what you're seeing in the first half a little bit. Pioneer girls get a little tired. They start standing around on offense.
Not a lot of movement?
Not a lot of movement. And I'm sure that's what Coach Hicks saw and wants to correct that and draw up a new play for this next possession here.
Well, you see Coach Hicks right there in the middle trying to draw up something different. And they were both assistant coach Hicks, head coach Hicks, and it looked like Aaliyah Mann was right in the ear of Stewart. And Stewart's not going to come back into the match just yet. She's just taking a little bit of a break. Let's see what type of offensive set that Coach Hicks drew up there on that chalkboard.
Well, DeWolf inbounds it to
They're going to go back to this two-man game.
Back to DeWolf. And DeWolf loses the handle, picked up off the floor by Patel. And Patel over to Jaden Smith and off the glass and good. 6 straight points for Jaden Smith for Huron, and they have a 6-point lead. Go figure. Another nice pass down the floor to Clark, but she can't hit the bunny. And back comes Patel down the floor for Huron, and we have a whistle. And an offensive foul on Rhea Patel.
Looks like she called palming on it actually coming down, and that was just that pass that she found Smith over open. But Patel on the turnover there really could have pushed Pioneer in danger zone getting down on that last possession. They'll go back to this two-man game, I'm sure.
Well, Pioneer trying to move it around. Clark with it. She can't hit the layup, but she does draw the foul on the drive.
What a skill set right out of your big. Your big that can step out, hit a J, come out, trigger the offense, and then put the ball on the ground and drive hard to the rack and draw a foul. Man, just a sophomore. Coach Hicks has to be very
Definition
happy.
of athleticism.
Yeah, man. And it's just she's using her head too, right? She fakes out the defender, give him the head and shoulder fake, and go right to the rim. And if you're not going to make the basket, you got to make these free throws, though.
She plays beyond her sophomore year.
Oh, definitely. A lot of this has to be attributed to the extra time she's played out here on the court in the AAU circuit.
This is both free throws. Lyon will rebound for Huron, and Patel has it down the floor for the Rats. She drives it again, can't get the bucket to fall. And there's a whistle and a foul.
Rhea Patel has some of the best facial reactions after she gets fouled or throws a pass. You let this roll. You can see her she winces. She kind of frowns up a little.
I think that was frustration for not getting the shot to go.
You know, sometimes you never know with her. She's been our player of the game several times on our games of the week. She's signed already to play at U of M Dearborn. Oh, man, she's full of character, too.
It's a pair of free throws. And that stretches the Huron lead to 8 with 3:43 to play. Really, I think what you're seeing in this fourth quarter is Huron kind of, as a team, imposing their will on Pioneer.
I think that defensive set, when Coach Hunter came out and he put a little bit of extra pressure on the Pioneers, they haven't seemed to be able to get back into their rhythm that they had in that third quarter.
Well, that's one of the things that kind of pressing a little bit will do is get you out of your offensive set.
It really will.
You managed to get the ball down the floor over the timeline. Oh my God, we got it over the timeline. Oh, we score. You could be patient and back it off, and they're not being patient.
Let's count these steps. 1, 2, 3.
And a half.
And you know, it's a bang bang. Did the foul cause her to travel, or did she travel and they just not call it? Either way.
It looked like the travel was before the foul, but that's just me.
Yeah, it kind of looked like if you're slowing it down to, you could probably see there was an extra little hop step in there before DeWolf got fouled. Let's take a quick, let's take a look. 1, can we count these? 1, 2 and a half, and
well, maybe she gets to traveling. 2, and that's where she gets.
No, that's traveling.
Yeah,
I'm just leave it. Let's go back to live action.
Oh, DeWolf split the pair of free throws. Got another whistle and another foul. Definitely the whistle has come out here in the fourth quarter way more than it did the entire other 3 quarters.
Fatigue, I'm sure. You know, both teams playing solid defense, but you're right. You're seeing the officials blow the whistle a little bit more. Right now, here I can work on some clock. Candy Ba got caught for 3 seconds in the key. She didn't pull her right foot out of the key. You can see her in the key. She's out of the picture, but she still had a foot
still
in the key. Yeah.
2:45 to play in the game. It's crunch time here for the Pioneers. They're going to have to get some instant offense going.
Well, and that's the person they need to get back into the game.
They're down 7, 42-35. Baseline drive, off the rim, no good, but another whistle.
It's going to be a timeout with the Rats here, but Smith come atop. Yeah, she got her across the head there on the foul. And Coach Hicks, he's been doing a great job with his team. They've allowed the Rats, though, to get a little bit too hot behind that arc, and they're drawing and kicking now. So it's the defensive end. We've been talking about that first 3 quarters. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of offense, but this fourth quarter, Pete's been all about the D.
Absolutely. Who's been able to play it? Huron's been able to play it a little bit better than Huron, and that's why they have the lead.
And I think it's very hard for the Pioneers to trap the Rats. Patel, fast with the dribble. Both Smith sisters, fast with the dribble. Put little Cooper out there. She's blur with the dribble. So it's even a difficult, daunting task to put up a trapping style defense. Huron, the only time that they were turning the ball over is usually when they were not keeping the ball high on a rebound or being sloppy on a kick out. But once they put the ball on the deck, it seems like they know what they're doing.
Absolutely, yeah, I totally agree with you, Kevin.
And the Pioneers,
just kind of getting a general feel for both teams, Huron feels like the more fundamentally sound team.
I think I think right now what we're seeing, Pete, age. We're seeing experience right now. The Pioneers, they have a talented squad. And, you know, you probably have, what, 2 seniors, 3 seniors on the Pioneers squad. Yeah, we've been seeing the Patels. We've been seeing the Smiths play for a long time. Huron has 1 junior on their squad.
All seniors.
And they're all seniors. So when you look at it from that aspect, yeah, Pioneers out here learning.
Huron on offense once again. Ball is out of bounds. Looks like Huron will keep it off of a Pioneer.
It looks like DeWolf is kind of banged up. It looks like she got hit. I'm not sure how
she kind of
did an elbow come back?
Past her, yeah, and it looks like she got hit on the knee.
Yeah, because she's grimacing to her face area, and
on the replay we just saw, she kind of Winston grabbed her knee, her left knee.
Okay, so she's just upset that she's kind of twisted something.
Yeah.
They're going to have her sit down for a minute. Yeah, you can see her. She's laboring, getting to the bench. You want to have her help her out. There's Coach Johnson, Reggie Johnson, head coach of the JV, out there helping her to the bench. Oh, right there. You see her jump on her knee. Her knee kind of buckles there. Coming right through, right there. You see her jump down? Yeah. Man, I feel for you. Get some ice on that.
Didn't look like contact. It looked like something.
That's the worst kind.
One of those non-contact things.
And she has on 2 knee braces, so you never know if she has some kind of lingering things that they're trying to make sure that, you know, doesn't exacerbate to a bigger injury.
Or get worse.
Some of them
like
that's
that. What exacerbate means.
No,
right.
I didn't say that, did I?
Yeah, you did.
That somebody jumped out there and said that. That wasn't me. Somebody's tapping into our microphone.
Did you get some toilet paper word of the day stuff? Exacerbate came out?
That was on the back of that Bazooka Joe.
Oh, there you go. Word of the day,
Bazooka
exacerbate.
Joe? They still
what does that
make
mean?
That? And that's just a scene you don't want to see right there. A player that's had such a solid game of leading her squad in the final minutes. And this game is not decided, Pete. We're talking about only a 2-possession game, and DeWolf is probably the best scorer from behind the arc for the Pioneers.
2:12 left to play in the game. Huron with the possession, up 42-36. Jade Smith with the shot. Off the rim, no good, and another tie-up. This might be the game where I've seen the most alternating possessions between 2 teams I've ever seen.
Of tie ball, tie ball.
Yeah. Well, I think we've seen at least 7.
It's been a lot.
You might see a couple, but 7, that's a lot.
So now we're going to see a difference from the Pioneers. When out your point guard, your quarterback out there, and they're going to have to trigger this offense, and they're not going to have a lot of time to do it in.
Oh, there's a nice drive and score.
Boy, look at DeWolf is going back to the table, the scorer's table, to come back in. She doesn't look like she's ready, but she's really going to just fight through it. Oh, might get, see the change.
Trying to spin it and move.
It's hard to stay in front of her because she's so good with the dribble. Close to a 5-second call, and then she gets beyond the defender.
And then draws the foul.
And draws, yeah. I think Coach Hicks was trying to get a foul call for about 10 seconds there.
You know, I don't know how much Lauren DeWolf is hurting right now. But you got to love when a player who you know is hurting, at least some, is coming back into the game because she knows her team needs her.
That's what a leader is all about. And she may be just a, sophomore? She's definitely a leader on this squad.
It's what people, leaders do that makes the other people around them love them and want to follow. And again, as far as me being a fan watching the game, makes me be a fan of Lauren DeWolf.
Lauren DeWolf.
I love that toughness.
Yeah. Well, you know her.
I hope she's not hurt seriously, but I love seeing her come back in the game because she knows how much the team needs her.
she's grown up on the basketball court. She's seen her. Her dad's a coach of the boys varsity for Pioneer. She's been in gyms all her life. This is the only thing she knows. I'm not going to finish this game on the bench. If I can, I'm going to get out there. Kudos.
If Pioneer's going down, I'm going down with me on the floor with my teammates.
Yes.
I love that.
They're going to have to.
I can't say enough. That makes me, I don't even know if I have words to explain how I'm feeling about that, because that's really cool.
Right?
That's really cool.
Yeah. It's that, hey, is that guy limping out the tunnel coming back into the game? No, Lauren DeWolf is coming back into the game.
Right.
She's not
what was that New York Knicks? Geez, the name's escaping me. Early 70s. Came out back onto the floor just limping and just led his team to a victory.
And that's
and I know I should know the name, but I'm having a hard time remembering it. That's what she is reminding me of.
And for the Rats, the other side is making your free throws, and Patel does just that. If they're going to put you on the line, punish them.
Right. Well, Pioneer's kind of at a point in the game where they've kind of got to do that.
They are. They got to stretch the game out and make it longer. But what they have to do is what they haven't been good at is hitting the ball from the outside. They've been good in the paint right here.
Clark, her put back in and out, no good. That's unfortunate. Patel picks it up off the floor, and she gets fouled immediately. 43.5 seconds to go in the game. And Patel will head back to the free throw line.
So, Pete, when the Pioneers get the ball, they can't take time. They can't afford to miss these type of shots and these putbacks as well either. You got to capitalize on your offensive possessions, especially when you're under a minute. Patel, though, gives them a favor and doesn't hit that free throw.
Down low, another whistle. This one's on Pioneer.
You know, it looks like that was a Lion. Oh, it was on Ba. Looks like she may have had a hold on Stewart. Felicia Stewart's had an unsung game. You know, she came in off the bench, nothing but effort, energy, and results.
She hits the first free throw. Second one on the way. Rolls off the rim, no good.
You can see DeWolf there just limping off of that leg. You're right, Pete. She's probably, she's got a 5-point game, though. Can you really pull her? I mean,
I wouldn't. Because the play like that is not about this game.
Okay.
It's
for
about
the next one, the next season.
And the next one after that.
Yeah.
And the next season. Yeah, exactly. Hey, she may be young, but this is our leader, and she's going to lead.
That's true, Pete, and I feel you on that as far as that this is not just about this game. These two teams will play each other in about 3 weeks, and then after that we'll be going right to districts. So, again, you're right. They're playing for more than just the scoreboard tonight.
Lauren DeWolf will drive it, kick it out top. Drive by Bogan. Does not drop, and another foul. 16.3 seconds. Huron up 6. 45-39, as you can see on the scoreboard there.
You know, we had a tie ball game coming into this fourth quarter. Pioneer has only been able to put up 7 points. Defense was going to win this game we were talking about, and it's the River Rat defense that came alive here in the fourth quarter, Pete. Put on that soft three-quarters press.
After halftime, Huron was up 7. Pioneer scratched and clawed their way back at the end of 3 to tie it at 32. And here you see Huron taking over here in the fourth quarter, using their experience to pull away late in this game.
And that's how you close out games. You make your foul shots. And right now, Huron's done a great job of doing that.
Well, you can kind of see Pioneer coming a little afraid at the ends, lose sloppy passes, trying to do something that, trying to hit an 8-point shot instead of just getting the bucket. And going back and playing defense.
We mentioned that, Pete. It's that experience factor, right? It showed its ugly head for the Pioneers,
right,
and its beautiful smile if you're a River Rat, because that experience came out in the winning moments. You had a lot of people triggered this win coming off the bench for the Rats. Double M. She was our host, really, to bring us into this game, and she showed why with those big three-pointers in that second quarter. But I think for my money, Pete, who are you going to call the player of the game? I'm thinking
that's going to be a little bit of a tough call.
Sienna Smith? I think we're going to go with Sienna Smith. She did a great job.
Smith,
yeah.
The senior, well-deserving.
Good deal.
Imposed her will at the end of the half, imposed her will in the fourth quarter.
Perfect way to do it, right? I'm going to run over there and try to get an interview with her.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and be back with more here on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
And welcome back to the CTN Sports Game of the Week, and I'm joined with my player of the game, Sienna Smith. What's up?
Hi.
Let's get the key out here from one player of the game to the next player of the game. Congratulations.
Thank you. This is crazy.
So you're our player of the game. Tell me about the second half defense. It seemed like your team came together in the fourth quarter, and you guys shut them down.
Yeah, we've been getting big stops all season, and we did it again today, so we did what we needed to do to get a good win. So
you have your team out here. I know this is a team win. What can you say about your team?
we're so excited. I mean, we're having an amazing season. 9 out of 10 of us are seniors, so we couldn't ask for a better season so far. We just want to keep it going.
Well, congratulations again on being our key player of the game. All right, Pete. They're over here watching. We're going to send it back over to you to close out this game.
Thanks, Kevin, and thanks to Jaden Smith, our key player of the game. And I'd like to mention my favorite player of the game in a losing effort, Lauren DeWolf for the Pioneers. I'd like to thank all the people that make this production possible. Our director, Rob Cross. Audio replay by Chloe Hill. CG Ops by Dana Denhar. And our camera people, Nathan Johnson, Brittany Schember, and Beth Lundy for Kevin Bryant. This is Pete Poyer. Once again, the final, Huron 47 and Pioneer 39, our CTN Sports Game of the Week.